Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Constitutional Court of South Africa and the first day of the conference, The New Separation of Powers. Can the doctrine evolve to meet the 21st century context? Bonjour et bienvenue à la Cour constitutionnelle d'Afrique du Sud et au premier jour de la conférence ayant pour thème la nouvelle séparation des pouvoirs. La doctrine peut-elle évoluer et s'adapter au contexte du XXIe siècle? La conférence est organisée par le F.O.L, un centre de l'Université de Johannesburg. Je suis la directrice de la F.O.L et c'est avec beaucoup de joie que je vous souhaite toute la bienvenue à cette conférence. La conférence a été officiellement reconnue en tant que table ronde de l'Association internationale de droit constitutionnel. Et c'est avec beaucoup de joie que je vous souhaite le bienvenue au nom de l'association en ma qualité de secrétaire général et au nom de la quasi-totalité de 20 membres du comité exécutif de l'association qui ont fait le déplacement en Afrique du Sud pour la conférence. The conference is being organized by the South African Institute for Advanced Constitutional, Public, Human Rights and International Law, in short SIFAC, a center of the University of Johannesburg. I am the director of SIFAC, and it gives me pleasure to welcome you all to the conference. The conference has been officially recognized as a round table of the International Association of Constitutional Law, and it also gives me pleasure to welcome you in the name of the association as Secretary General thereof, and especially to almost 20 members of the Executive Committee of the ISCL who have come to South Africa for the conference. We have an incredible array of presenters and participants from all around the world, and I welcome you all and hope you have had a pleasant trip and enjoy your time in South Africa. The presenters and participants include judges, academics, and practitioners, and we look forward to engagements that are enriched through the varied experiences of different parts of the profession and different parts of the world. About 2 years ago, David Landau, who's a co-organizer of this conference, and I attended a wonderful conference hosted by Marcelo Figueiredo in Rio de Janeiro on socioeconomic rights. David and I, in one of these important informal conversations that often happen around conferences, discussed the need for a rethinking of the doctrine of the separation of powers, particularly in the context of countries of the global south that had undergone a relatively recent constitutional transition. The task given to courts, at least, we felt, had changed significantly, yet they still operated with an understanding of the doctrine that had been appropriate for a different time and context. Whilst we did not think that the doctrine could be jettisoned, we discussed the need to try and bring top thinkers from around the world to contemplate various aspects of the doctrine and how it can be adapted to the 21st century context. From this germ of an idea, this conference has materialized. Last year, we put a proposal forward to the Roundtable Commission of the International Association, which was accepted enthusiastically. But we were also given some food for thought of how to develop the conference. It was in particular suggested that we should not make a sharp division between the global north and south, as the doctrine had also evolved in the global north. We accepted this point and indeed hope that there will be a productive engagement between the various contexts and regions concerning the transformations of the doctrine that have taken place and the possibilities that it holds for the future. En tant donné qu'il s'agit d'une table ronde de l'association, les langues officielles sont le français et l'anglais. Tous les intervenants ayant indiqué qu'ils présenteront leur communication en anglais, qui est la langue de la grande majorité des participants, nous n'avons pas prévu d'interprétation simultanée. Dans le même temps, nous invitons les participants francophones à poser leurs questions en français, s'ils le souhaitent. Une traduction sera assurée. As a roundtable of the association, the official languages are English and French. Since all the presenters have indicated that they will present in English, and this is the language of the vast majority of the participants who responded, we have not organized simultaneous translation. At the same time, we do want to invite participants to ask questions in French, and we will translate if necessary. We decided to hold the first day of this conference in the very historic setting of the Constitutional Court of South Africa. The court was built partially with the very bricks of the prison which held political prisoners from the time of the Anglo-Boer War in the early 1900s. Its famous prisoners included those who resisted discrimination and apartheid, including Mahatma Gandhi and Nelson Mandela. It is this very site that was transformed when South Africa became a democracy into a constitutional court, which is tasked with guarding the Constitution, passed virtually unanimously in 1996. The Constitution includes both a set of entitlements which outline the ideals to which we aspire in South Africa, as well as a set of institutions. The Constitution clearly outlines a structure of government that involves some form of separation of powers between the branches. The courts, and the Constitutional Court in particular, have played a very important role in the political community, and at times the very power of the apex court to strike down legislation and the conduct of the president has been a matter of controversy. You heard a little bit about that from the Deputy Chief Justice. The courts have also been granted the power in terms of the Constitution to try and transform various aspects of the society. We thought that given its crucial role in the constitutional structure, we could do no better than hold the first day of the conference in this important and historic building, as we too are thinking about how a central pillar of constitutional law will evolve. I know many of our international guests will be coming on a tour of the old fort and the court on Saturday morning, and it is definitely well worthwhile for those who haven't yet. We can still organize for those international guests who would still like to join that.
The University of Johannesburg. Rethink, reinvent.